Hi, welcome back to the channel. This is Colette Elizabeth. Thank you for stopping by. Today, I am going to continue our Black Women Getting Their Groove Back series. This session, we're going to talk about overcoming procrastination and getting your mojo back. So, I'm going to just discuss a few of the things that I have done and I am still doing. And I'm going to call this my R10 strategy. So, the first thing that I encourage folks to do is retire overthinking. I know for me, I'm one of these people that has to research. I research some more, then I research some more, and some more and more and more. And then I research the research. And it leads me into what experts call analysis paralysis, meaning I get nothing done sometimes. And it really is a form of procrastination and perfectionism. And I'll talk about perfectionism in another video, but retire overthinking. Next, reframe how you view failure. So, a lot of times, fear of failure can be a huge barrier. I know it is for me. It's like putting cement blocks on my feet. I can't walk, I can't move. Why? Because I am thinking about what if I fail? Once I heard a speech, it was a part of a YouTube series of motivational speeches where Denzel Washington talked about falling forward. It is an encouraging video. I'll try to find it and link it in the description. If you're going to fail, you might as well fail forward. I personally have adapted something that the late, great Mandela said. You either win or you learn. So when you reframe the way you think as it relates to making efforts, you don't lose, you learn. And I am trying very hard to implement that. And I've been doing it, but I'm going to tell you something. It's a work in progress. Next, release perfectionism. Now, I talked about that. It's related to the fear of failure thing. It's also related strongly to procrastination. Release perfectionism and embrace completion. I remember when I was working on my master thesis in my chair, this was years ago, my thesis chair was asking me what's going on with my thesis. And I was telling her, hey, I just don't feel that it's good enough. I feel A, B, C, and D. And she made it real clear. She said, there's two types of thesis, a completed one and a perfected one. Okay. So one of the things that I have struggled a lot with my most of my life is perfectionism, and it can be crippling. And I'm going to do a whole video dedicated to perfectionism. I want to give you a recent example. Now, I'm talking to you guys, but I'm still working my process, and I'm just sharing and inviting you in, and just decided to share it because I thought maybe some folks could benefit from it. I have a product. I mentioned it in a prior video that's done. Actually, I have several products that's done. They're ready to be on Amazon for sale. But in my brain, I did not feel like it was perfect. Okay. My oldest daughter looked at the prototype, and my oldest daughter is very respectful. So for her to say this, she was feeling some kind of way. She's like, it looks like everything in your room. But in my brain, it just was not. So, you guys, I finished this product, actually, two of them, in like April or May. They've been done. It's perfectionism. And I know it's easier said than done, especially if you have always been the type of person who everything has to be perfect. Got to have this, you got to have that. It's just never going to be perfect. Got to let it go. And that's hard. For me, it was, and it still is. Reflect and plan ahead. Think about what you want to do. Don't overthink about it. For example, for this video, because I was going to hold off and put it out until I finished doing some more research. Okay. I'm being honest with you guys. I'm being honest with you. I was going to do some more research. But what I did is I just went on and did a content creator calendar, which I did last year and I've done the year before. This year I had stuff on one of them, but I just didn't finish it. I didn't add stuff because I was like, well, I don't have this, I don't have that. I want this kind of lighting, I want that. Hey, reflect on it, plan it, because what? Plans can change. Just write it down. Another issue that I have is trying to do everything at once. Instead of just doing little stuff, I'm one of those people, I look at that and I say, okay, that whole thing needs to be redone over. Just thinking about the thing needing to be done over. Let's say it's a room that needs to be cleaned up. Instead of just looking, okay, let me just get these clothes up, or let me just vacuum, or let me just dust. I'm the type, I will say, I need to do it all at once. Okay. So refrain from trying to do everything all at once. Consider refining your to-do list and narrow it down to a few priorities. So I have a to-do list, then I have to-do list for the to-do list and some more lists. Okay. And when I look at them, and I mean, my to-do lists are pages long. Okay. Ask me how many of those things do I get done? Now, I get quite a few things done. That's not the issue. The issue is how I feel when I don't get everything done. So, for example, if I have a to-do list of 15 things, which is not uncommon, that's nothing, and I only get, let's say, 8 of them done, I feel like I have not uh, done what I needed to do. Okay. That's how I feel. And actually, I have done more than half of the things on my list. But the idea that I didn't do them all overwhelms me, right? It just overwhelms me. Even though the reality is, got most of the stuff done. So, one of the things that I started to do and that I've implemented is I've started using, I'm going to share one of my tools with you. And this tool is not, it's not something I designed. It's designed by a content creator. Her name is Erin by Demand, or Erin on Demand, something like that. So she designed, it's called the top three. And I use it, and it is so helpful for me. I use it every day. It comes like this. It comes with the strap here. And if you look at her beautiful enclosed instructional card, it says where procrastination ends and transformation begins. I just read that today. I didn't even notice it. See, I didn't even read it when I got it. I think I just read the back, and the back gives you instructions on how to complete this. It's pretty thick. It's nice. It comes in this color, and it also comes in a black. I will link her channel and the link to this tool. I'm not getting paid for this, so no, it's not a paid endorsement. I just wanted to share something that's working for me. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you decide this is that the one I showed you is an old one. It's one I finished with. This is a new one. So you can see that I had just done this. I'm recording this video the same day that this document is for, the same week actually. And you can see where you determine your top three for this week. So I have my top three here. And then you have a section to write some other tasks that you want to do. Based on your top three, then you determine what are your top three for the day. That's going to help you get your top three done for the week. You would put those here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is a blank page here. And before you do all of this, there's an area where you do your top three. Let me show you this. Top three for the quarter. Mine is this is my one I'm using now. You can see that I made a folder for myself because I need a folder. I might do that as a suggestion to her, but see, you can do your top three for this month. And based on your top three for the month, then you do your top three for each week. Based on what you do, the top three for each week, you do your top three for the day. So the reason why this has been helpful for me is because it forces me to refine my top goals. It makes it so much easier for me. I'll go ahead and put a link to this tool by Erin on Demand in the description box. And again, I'm not getting paid for this, but I just wanted to share it. The other thing I'm doing is replacing old habits with new ones. For example, I love water, but I have not been drinking enough water. Now, I'm a type of person, I can drink water all day. It could be cold. Preferably, I like it at room temperature. I don't like ice in my water. I just like it room temperature. So I love water, but I haven't been drinking enough. So one of the habits that I'm doing and I'm implementing is, hey, when I get up in the morning, I drink 16 ounces of water. After I do my little exercise, I'm drinking some more water and just being very intentional about water. And so just replacing old habits of maybe drinking too much sweet stuff. I like Jamaica. Jamaica is a Mexican drink that is red, it's made from a plant. And it's good for certain parts, certain organs. It's sweet. So I need to maybe cut down on that. Maybe do it once a week rather than a couple times a week. And replacing the water helps with that. The next thing is determine what your reason is. Decide on your why. Why do you want to do what you're trying to do and you're procrastinating about doing? Why do you need to do it? Why do you want to do it? And why do you want to do it now? Having that why is so important because when you say, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do it, you can go back to the why. Now, I'll give you a personal example. I have started doing a little challenge for myself as far as exercising. And my why is the scale. Because for part of this time that I was out, I rediscovered and me and Butter Toffee Peanuts got married. Okay. We got married. And Butter Toffee Peanuts carried me over the threshold. And I don't think Butter Toffee Peanuts can take me back over the threshold because I didn't gain weight. Okay. So the reason I have started back doing what I need to do is because I mean, as far as my exercises are concerned, is because me and Butter Toffee Peanuts, we are divorced. We divorced. And I can't be sneaking around with them no more. We divorced. And so when I get up in the morning and I think about, I don't want to do this walking today. I remember what the scale said, right? And it's not even just the scale, right? It's just the feeling that you get or that I get after I accomplish something. And it's one of the things that's helping me get back on track. But that's just a little example of coming up with your why. Why do I do my indoor walking exercises? Because I need to get rid of all evidence that I was married to butter toffee peanuts. Okay? That's my why. The next thing is to respect the process. It's just going to take some time. Some things you can get them done right away. I admire people who can determine they're going to do something and they just do it right away. But for many of us, it's a process, and some things we can all do right away, and other things it's just going to take some time. And so for me, I sometimes struggle with patience. I want it like yesterday. You can't have it yesterday. You didn't have it yesterday when you didn't have it, so you don't have it today. Chill out, enjoy the process, and watch the process, live the process. And I'm not saying the process is always easy because sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not easy, but respect the process. I think it'll make things go a little bit differently. Reward yourself. Now, that's another barrier or thing that I got to deal with. I don't really reward myself. Well, I kind of felt rewarded when I was eating the butter toffee peanuts. So maybe I did reward myself, but I can't reward myself with butter toffee anymore. He and I we have to break up and stay broken up. So reward yourself with something that's going to give you joy, something that is going to make you happy. And it's funny because in this book, I showed it to you, that's at the bottom. Erin has in her book, reward here. I hope you can see it. Reward for doing the thing. Okay, that's what that is. So reward yourself. And it's okay. I know sometimes we're just so used to saying, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, or this is my job. Even our job tell us this is our job. You're getting checked, aren't you? Reward yourself and get accustomed to rewarding yourself. It don't have to be something big. It could be. It could be something small. It could be going to the movies. It could be buying that ring you like. Now, if you a shopaholic, maybe you want to pick something different. It could be going for a walk in the park if you like nature. It can be coloring. I like to color. I have adult coloring books, coloring, whatever. So reward yourself. Next, to me, this is probably one of the things that is the hardest for me is to relax. Relax. It's gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Relax. If you like this video, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. That will help the algorithm distribute it to other folks who may be able to benefit from the content. If you enjoy the content and you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. It's totally free. Remember to hit the notification bell when you do subscribe so that you are notified whenever I upload new videos. Make any comments. What is it that you are doing or you have done to get your mojo back? Put them in the comments. Help your sisters out. Help me out. And I want to thank you again for looking at this video. Please share it with another person who you think may benefit. I will talk to you in a few days. Bye.